Hey guys, it's your friend Kobe here and welcome to today's video. Have you guys ever felt awkward trying to negotiate with someone? Or maybe you're at a store and you're looking at something that you're like, this is way too expensive, but you're just too scared to ask if you can get a better deal on it? Let's be honest, we all want to save money on stuff. So today I'm going to show you how you can negotiate almost anything and hopefully feel less awkward doing it. But here's the thing. When a seller is asking for more than the price they bought it for, they aren't trying to be mean or selfish or greedy. The seller has to first buy the thing, then they have to go through the process of getting it to you, and they need to be paid for their time and effort, plus they need to keep the lights on in the building, so them asking for some extra money isn't unfair. But most business people are willing to slightly lower the price if that means they get a sale. But in order to get these deals, you need to learn how to negotiate right so people don't take advantage of you. So to help you guys out, I've done my research and compiled a list of when, where, and how to negotiate in sales. I'll explain different levels of bargains, then I'll tell you the essential tips on how to handle any level of bargaining. But before we start, if you appreciate all the time and effort that goes into making a video like this one to help save you money, give this video a like. And if you want more helpful videos in the world of personal finance, you should make sure you subscribe. I make cool videos every week like how to invest in 2023 and how to prepare for a recession. If those sound interesting, then hit that subscribe button and let's jump into understanding the different scenarios to negotiate in. So let's begin with level 1, expected negotiations. The most obvious time for negotiations are car purchases, real estate transactions, and job offers. People in these situations generally expect negotiations and calculate them into their original offer prices. Don't ever feel bad trying to haggle a little bit in these situations. Even if it feels awkward to you, the people you were negotiating with are probably going to be used to it. Also, side note, a few car dealerships have begun no haggling policies, but the vast majority still expect to negotiate with you, and they won't be surprised if you try to negotiate. But even with these no haggling dealerships, you should still negotiate the value of your trade-in if you're going to trade your car back to them, and the cost of any add-ons, because let's be honest, most of those add-ons are complete bullcrap. The next level we could call common bargaining. It's decently common to bargain at flea markets, pawn shops, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and similar platforms to that. When it comes to these places, knowing how long the item has been listed for can be really helpful. Someone's definitely going to be more interested in selling something for less if it's been on the market for a long time. Also, you can look for clues on if they're selling something because they're moving or have outgrown it. Because if you're trying to move and you just want to get rid of the thing, you're way more likely to give someone a deal if you just want to get rid of it. Another type of common bargain is with commission employees. Commission employees are those people who aren't just paid a set price per hour. Instead, they make more money if they sell more stuff. If you're dealing with a commission employee, they are way more likely to be able to negotiate with you. I think we forget that we can bargain in places outside of the expected bargains we talked about in part 1. So how do you know if someone's a paid employee like normal or a commissioned employee besides just asking them? Well, here are some tips on how to identify commissioned employees. First, if they come up to you in the store and they're trying to sell something specific to you and not just be helpful, they're probably paid by commission. Second, if they're pushing for the close, meaning they're trying to bring you to the checkout line, get your payment, get your contact information, get your account info, they are way more likely to be commissioned employees. And finally, if you're dealing with a door-to-door salesperson or something else like that, they are almost always commissioned employees. And they definitely know a couple of deals that they can give you if you ask. But remember, you will never get a deal if you don't ask. And the worst thing they can say is no, right? So lastly, there's a third level of bargaining. Let's call it occasional bargain. This can include some bigger chains like Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco, Sam's Club, and lots of furniture stores. However, these stores will only negotiate with you if you offer to make a bundle deal, for example, saying, hey, I'll buy the TV and the wall mount if you give me 5% off the combined value of both. They don't always do this, but they sometimes do, and furniture stores oftentimes do this. You click the subscribe button and give this video a like. They're not going to give you a discount unless you do it. You show them that you've researched and found better prices elsewhere. Best Buy is notorious for matching Amazon prices because they don't want you to go over to Amazon and buy it from them. You try to bargain at the end of the month. On the last day or two of the month, managers are more likely to be trying to hit their sales goals, and they may be able to give you some more leeway in order to reach those goals. And finally, listen if the worker is trying to push you toward another brand. Sometimes this means that they have a margin that they can work with on this other brand and that they can negotiate a better deal for that product. For example, if they have a 20% margin on LG TVs and a 10% margin on Samsung TVs, they could take an additional 10% off of the LG TV and get the same profit as selling the Samsung TV for the full price. Let's note here that basically any store, even Walmart, can give you a bargain on items that have been slightly damaged, dented, scraped, stained, all that gross stuff. Usually only the manager has the authority to give you these deals, so it's a little of extra work to call over the manager and talk to them, but if you want to save a couple bucks, you can usually do that. Along the lines of managers giving you deals, small business owners can sometimes make special deals for you as well. However, usually their employees can't, so if you really want to negotiate in a small store like that, you need to make sure you're talking to the right person. Okay, so with those levels all mapped out, let's imagine you're ready to start negotiating. You've done all your research, you know how much the item you want generally costs, and you know your range of what you would pay for the item. Here are some tips for when you start negotiating and asking about that lower price. First, be confident. That's the number one tip. Being confident will make someone less likely to try to take advantage of you. Second, be friendly. The salespeople may or may not be able to give you a discount, but if you come across as aggressive, no one is going to want to give you a good deal. If they're offended, they're not going to be generous, they're not going to give you any good deals, but worst comes to worst, if you're friendly, when you ask someone who can't negotiate the price, you're going to do it with a smile, you're going to be kind, and they're not going to get upset at you, and you're going to avoid a lot of awkwardness. Fourth, when discussing money, never tell anyone your bottom line. This means you shouldn't tell anyone the highest price you're willing to pay or the lowest price you're willing to sell for. If you do this, this gives the other person in the negotiation a lot of power. Fifth, only talk as much as you need to. Otherwise, if you talk too much, you may give more information than you meant to about your acceptable price range or other details, and you'll probably appear unconfident. Sixth, ask open-ended questions and listen carefully and patiently. This makes the seller provide more details, context, and even additional options. If they express concerns or hesitations, you can always remind them what's in the deal for them and use your good, friendly listening skills to make them more comfortable with you. The amount you can bargain depends a lot on the situation, but in general, here are some good bargaining lines that you can use. You could say something like, I looked at 5 or 6 similar items and based off their prices, I feel comfortable paying X, and then you can show them what you've researched. You can say, if you let me buy it for X price, I'll buy it right now. You can say, let me sleep on it. This means that you're going to be walking away and the person's going to be really motivated to give you a better deal in order to guarantee you're buying right now. You could also say, all I have in my budget is X, even when you could theoretically have afforded more. You could also say, is that the best you can do? And give them a smile and pause to let them think. All of these phrases show some level of confidence and awareness. However, on the other hand, if you showed up saying, I'm looking for something within this price range, what would you recommend? You're going to get a completely different and way worse deal. In the end, negotiating is all about finding a confident, friendly way to talk with the right people in the right places. It may feel awkward at first, but the more you do it, the more you're going to realize that it never hurts to ask. The worst thing they could say is no, right? You guys, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a like. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below. Do you guys have any negotiation successes or failures you'd like to share? Let me know what you guys think about all the tips I gave. For more information on business, personal finance, and entrepreneurship, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.